Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So in today's video I'm going to talk about some of the ways that we can torture a narcissist. So I mean, an important disclaimer before I get into this video is that don't intentionally try and torture them, because they are going to lash out. They are going to they are very vengeful, yeah, and they have this vengeance if somebody makes them feel miserable, or if somebody tries to torture them, yeah. So don't do it intentionally. The best way is to draw healthy boundary and walk away from such relationships. I mean, that is how it should be. But anyways, those who are not weak at heart, and those who really want to poke at them, and those who want to tease them and torture them, these narcissists, here are a few ways. The first way is to reduce the significance of them in your life, yeah, because narcissists had always been controlling you, deciding you, and they had the autonomy over your life. So what you can do is that you can take back your own autonomy, do things your way, follow the style that you like, eat what you want, do what you want, just be the authentic self, just be yourself. And that is enough to torture them, because they played an important role of being the controller, and now all of a sudden you are controlling everything in your life, and you're not seeking the validation and approval, and you are very well, and you are happy, and that really tortures a narcissist. Yes, I have seen a lot of these narcissist people in my life, and my personal experience with my narcissistic father, and with my previous relationship, in the love relationship that I had, that person was very narcissistic, and reducing their significance and just becoming independent and doing things all by yourself, and being authentic and genuine to yourself, being the authentic self, that is enough to irritate them, and that is enough to torture them. They feel horrible when you do things all by yourself and you don't need them at all. You don't seek their validation and approval. So that really pisses them off, and that really tortures them, yeah. The next way that you can torture a narcissist is you can challenge their idealized self, or in other words, I would say you can devalue their false self. Now I'll tell you how. So for example, the person has a lot of this feeling of being grandiose, being powerful, being very intelligent, someone who's very righteous, someone who's extremely self-righteous, someone, I mean they come in variations, these narcissists. So they have this false sense of self, yeah, and they are very careful with it. They have a lot of insecurities, so they build up a facade of being the perfect one, the strongest one, the most intelligent one, and they live by that, yeah. So the base is of course all insecurities. So if you challenge their uh, ideas, if you challenge their uh, sense of self, that really heckles them, that really makes them feel very nervous. And as we know that these narcissists have a very uh, weak impulse control, yeah. They hate it and they can't control it, and they might just lash out, but some of them control it so that they don't get exposed, yeah, as a narcissist. So yes, they have a lot of this weak impulse control. There is a lot of insecurities, behind that false self. So if you start challenging it, that hey, what greatness are you talking about? Look at this person, this person has done far more than you. So I mean, doesn't he or she deserve to be the greatest one? That is going to hurt them a lot. So if they are if they are self-righteous, that if they say that they are morally correct and they're religiously the best, and if you challenge them that where do you stand, look at them, they are not religious but still they are the best, they are doing for the society, they are doing for humanity, that is going to hurt them. They, as it is, they grow up with insecurities, and then they build up a false grandiose facade, and when you challenge it, it hurts them. So that is one of the ways that you can torture. But let me be very clear, if you are going to torture them, you will have you will experience things on the long run. They are going to revert, and their way of reverting is very different, very manipulative, very exploitative, very abusive. Yeah. So be prepared if you want to poke at them. Otherwise don't. Otherwise just uh, talk it out, draw boundaries, or just leave them. Stay away from narcissistic people and narcissistic relationships. Yeah. Now moving on to the next way that you can torture a narcissist is that you go to therapy. Yeah. They don't want their victims to know who they are, who they truly are, how abusive and manipulative they are, and they fear these therapies, these sessions. They fear these psychiatrists and psychologists and psychotherapists. They really don't want their victims to be educated and their victims to be aware of what's happening with them and how these narcissists are. So it really threatens them. They fear loss of control, and that really tortures them. So don't just talk about that you're going for therapy or you're going to a psychotherapist or you're going to a psychologist. Just tell them that now you are starting the therapy as well. You're doing all those therapies as well with the psychotherapist or a psychologist, and you're going for all that sessions, and now you are in the process of healing yourself. These narcissists know that if you begin to heal yourself, you will not at all be controlled by these narcissist people. You would not allow the narcissist to control you anymore if you become aware of that, if you are healed. But if you are already messed up, if you already have a lot of this insecurity, guilt tripping, and low self-esteem and low sense of self, you would be easily controlled. But if everything gets sorted out and if everything is healed, you might not allow that control to be exercised on you. So yes, these narcissists really fear therapy and this healing process when a person initiates, because they know that they'll be busted, they will lose control. So yes, that also tortures the narcissist. They wouldn't ever allow you or wouldn't ever want you to be healed or talk to people or talk to therapists and talk to psychologists. They would hate it, because they know that if your mind opens up, and if you start realizing, if you start seeing things, and if you start seeing through the manipulative veil that they have woven around you, they are gone. So they'll be exposed, the narcissist will be exposed. So they fear of you going to therapy and you initiating your healing process. So they hate it, and that tortures them a lot, because they will be losing you. They will be losing the control over you. They'll be losing all those perks that they used to get by controlling you and guilt tripping you, and by manipulating you. They'll be losing all of that, all the benefits. All those benefits will be gone. So they hate that. The next one is that you can, this torture method has to be done very mindfully, and has to be done if you are at all ready to bear the consequences of it. Yeah. So the narcissists are very concerned about their image. Yeah. And they want to look perfect, be perfect, be grandiose, be extremely savior types, be extremely intelligent, and all of that. The moment you start, in their circle, suppose if you're related to a narcissist, and you start challenging their thoughts and ideas in public in their circle, yeah, and you start getting appreciation and people start listening to you, yeah. I mean, this narcissist already has a lot of superiority, feelings of grandioseness, and have a lot of this feeling of entitlement, feels superior, feels great, feels intelligent, feels the best. But all of a sudden, if you start challenging their thoughts and ideas amongst their circle, they are going to hate it. They are going to feel even more insecure and extremely vulnerable. So they are not, they can't afford to show their true face in their circle, yeah, in their, that circle that they have made, where they want to look pious, they want to look righteous, they want to look the best. They don't want to spoil that. So the best thing is to trigger them. The best thing is to challenge their thoughts and ideas in a very nice way, not in an abusive way. Challenge their thoughts and ideas amongst their group of followers and pleasers, and those people who appreciate these narcissists. So in that group only you start challenging, and then you see how weirdly these narcissists behave. So they hate being poked in public, and because you're challenging their ideas amongst their circle, and they can't really react to it, they can't lash out, they can't really lash out at you, because it will expose their true face, which they are trying to hide from all these people, where they are feeling great, among these people they are feeling great. So that is really going to infuriate and irritate a narcissist. So yes, these are some of the ways to torture a narcissist, but don't get into it. It's better to stay away from narcissists. But if you have healed yourself, if you have drawn a healthy boundary, well, then you can play. But I mean, only if you're healed and you understand who you are dealing with and how they are, then you can engage into anything and everything. But if you still have that weakness inside of you, if you're not completely healed, I wouldn't suggest poking at them or trying to torture a narcissist. But if you're healed, you have drawn your boundary, you're over them, then you can do all kinds of experiment. But be careful, they are narcissists, and they are not less than psychopaths. So to an extent, both of them are very similar in a lot of ways, psychopaths and narcissists. So yes, be careful before poking at them, before trying to torture them. But yes, subtly if you can, and if you are absolutely strong, you have overcome your challenges, you have healed yourself, and you have set your boundaries, and you are now strong enough, you're no more weak, that weaker self who was the victim of a narcissist, then of course you can go ahead and try and torture them and see how they react and how they behave. And let me give you all an example. I had this narcissistic friend, and this friend always wanted to be righteous and good and everything. And the person, that person had helped me in during a bad phase in my life. And because of that, that person had this developed this feeling of entitlement and control. That person started guilt tripping me, saying that he is the savior, he is my savior, he saved me, rescued me and all of that, and kept on saying it to, you know, establish that control and make me feel guilty, make me feel weak and vulnerable. And I used to feel that way, I used to feel miserable, I used to get carried away. But then one fine day, you know, amongst other friends also, you know, I challenged this friend's righteousness. I said that if you think you're very right and you have done right with me, why didn't you do right with the other friend as well? Why did you ignore her? Why didn't you help her? Yeah, because she was not emotionally vulnerable, she was not that emotionally weak, so you didn't choose to help her, because you wouldn't get that scope of controlling and, you know, feeding your ego and making, you know, yourself feel magnanimous and, you know, grandiose. So you because of that, you didn't go, you know, because she was an authentic self, you didn't try and mess up with her, you didn't try and help her, though she also went through, you know, some bad phase, but you didn't go out and help her, but you came to my rescue. Yeah, because I was emotionally fragile, I was emotionally vulnerable, and I was weak with a lot of insecurities, and that is you know, the reason you came to my rescue. And in that friend, you know, circle, I said this, and this other friend was also there whom he did not help, he only helped me. Oh, I mean, like uh, you guys should have seen his face, he was all red, but he was not saying anything. He said that no, I was going through some phases and challenges myself, that's why I didn't help her, and that's why I helped you. And later on, after that get together, he calls me up and he says that, what did you try to show, what did you try to do? And I said that nothing, I just we all are friends and you helped me, but you didn't help her, so that's the reason I told you that if you want to feel like a savior, you should save everyone, not just a selected few. And that infuriated him. He said that, no, I know what your intentions are. It's just that you don't want to, you know, pay back the help that I have done to you. You just don't want to pay back, and that is the reason you are trying to insult me and belittle me, you know, amongst my circle and blah 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 blah. So you know, these people want to control you. Yeah, and these narcissists have, you know, these paybacks. If they'll do something, they want something in return. It's not free. Yeah, it's not that they're doing it unconditionally, it's very transactional, and it involves a lot of paybacks. Yeah, so that was also a learning lesson for me with a narcissist. I have had a lot of narcissists in my life, and now I have healed myself. Now I can play with them, but I still avoid them, because there is no point of spending even a second on such people who really don't choose to heal, who really don't want to come out of the way how they think, who really don't want to change, who really don't want to improve, who really don't want to, you know, be sane. So there's no point in, you know, playing around or, you know, fooling with them, you know, because it hurts you, it wastes your time, it wastes your precious energy. So it's a waste. Living with a narcissist, being with a narcissist, or trying to educate a narcissist, it's all a waste. Unless they don't choose to change, you can't do anything. The best way is draw a healthy boundary, work on your healing, or else just cut ties with these narcissistic people. Yeah, so please do like, share, subscribe this channel, and in case if you would want to add in something, some techniques that you know of that can torture and irritate a narcissist, you can always comment below. And please take care of yourself, heal yourself, stay away from toxic people, stay away from negativity, and be a little selfish, prioritize your own happiness first, heal yourself first, and then go about doing it for the others. Yeah, and that is the way forward, and that is the way how it is and how it should be. So yes, lots of love and blessings to all of you. Take care, and please, please, please say no to abuse, say no to toxicity, and say no to exploitation. Till then, bye.